A man who ran a local nonprofit faces federal charges for bank fraud.
It's the Oklahoma Heartland Heroes Foundation, the same one Tulsa's investigative reporter Jana Clark has been investigating since she first got a tip in 2021.
Here's Jana's follow-up Fox 23 investigation.
Now there's a federal warrant out to arrest Victor Colbert Jr. He's accused of fraud over government funding from the CARES Act during the pandemic.
We're with Fox 23 News.
I first met Victor in 2021 after I got a tip about this massive, smelly problem.
That's all we're doing. We're feeding people. That's all we're doing is trying to feed as many people as we possibly can.
Victor told me about his nonprofit, Oklahoma Heartland Heroes Foundation.
I think that the media and the camera should be on us and our plight. See, we distribute to 3,000 to 4,000 people a week, or we're supposed to be, that's what we want to do.
I saw and smelled hundreds of boxes of spoiled food stacked behind a North Tulsa church. Things like gallons of milk and containers of cottage cheese.
Now we can start going through, and there are apples and onions and salvageable things in here that we're going to separate.
The food came from the federal government, paid for with your tax dollars. It was part of the USDA's Go Fresh Farmers to Families program that started because of COVID.
It's just all a part of management. I mean, it's food distribution. Sometimes we're going to have food waste. Sometimes it goes bad.
Victor told me the property owner gave him permission to set up here, and he blamed the church next door for the problems. The church pastors told me that was ridiculous.
That was just false accusations. We tried to work with them multiple times, asked them if there was food that they needed to give out to let us do that. They did try to give us some food at one point, but it was bad. We could not give that out to the public.
I'm super confused.
Well, I imagine you are. It's the most outrageous thing you've ever heard of. These people are ministry, we're a ministry or a nonprofit, okay? We've both given permission to use this facility at no charge. They don't pay rent, we don't pay rent.
What does that have to do with the food not being distributed, though?
Well, we distributed food.
Victor said his nonprofit had already handed out way more food than what I could see in this heat.
This is what's left over.
But that's a lot.
Compared to what?
I don't know.
No, that's relative.
I know, but I just know
that's a lot to who?
To me, I guess.
I'm not sure what the motive was, what the end goal was. Why would you take on so much food that you could not handle?
Victor ran the nonprofit with his wife, Penny.
I'm Penny.
The real story is us, believe me. Them people, they want to make up stuff. No, the real story is us.
The USDA opened an investigation. Then they later said they will no longer provide food to Oklahoma Heartland Heroes.
It was smelling so bad around our church that we could not stand outside of our building, and the flies were horrible.
The pastors told me the Colberts left, but left behind a mess. They destroyed the inside of this church building.
There's rats in here. Another one. They're everywhere. There may be a snake underneath here. There he goes. There he goes.
That's a little guy.
Yeah, they're everywhere. There'll still be more in here, too. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes.
The rats and rotten food told the story.
There are large rats in the building that have been attracted by the wasted food that's in there.
Others near Turleton told me Victor and Penny tricked them, too.
They was lying to everybody.
The Colberts leased this land for their nonprofit, but didn't pay Robert Stamper. They left freezers full of food sitting outside.
This one's got Jimmy Dean sausage and turkeys. That one's got turkeys, ribs. Here's the fish. It thaws out, and then they had to refreeze it again. Been doing that 2 or 3 times.
So all the food thawed out and then refroze? And it's happened 2 or 3 times?
Yes.
Robert took the Colberts to court so a judge would make them move. Here's the court document that shows the judge ruled in favor of Robert. Victor and Penny walked away from this giant pile of stuff for Robert to clean up. Robert had told me he knew they would.
Do you think they're going to leave you with all this mess?
Yes, I know for a fact they're going to leave me with all this crap. Yes, there ain't no way they're going to get it out of here.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
Bill Bressler told me the Colberts did the same thing to him. They even left this Mustang parked in the woods.
At first, were they believable?
Very believable. You know, they can lay down a line of crap. You know, better than anybody I ever seen.
The pastor of Church That Matters in Sand Springs, Rusty Gunn, called me. Rusty recognized Victor and Penny in my Fox 23 investigation. He told me the Colberts fooled his church into paying $6,700 for turkeys. The church planned to give turkeys to needy families for Thanksgiving. Instead, the Colberts took the money and gave the church nothing.
The money itself certainly hurt us in that moment because it was a big gut punch.
Rusty says the Colberts did the same thing to the Tulsa Dream Center.
It did at a far larger scale.
Before long, the Tulsa County District Attorney filed charges against Victor and Penny. Court documents show the Tulsa Dream Center paid Heartland Heroes almost $29,000 for hams and turkeys. And the Dream Center has never received any products that they paid for. After the Colberts came to court, a judge said they had to pay back both the Dream Center and half of what they owe the church, $3,400.
It just makes me sad. That's all. It's just that there are people out there who would take advantage.
Victor and Penny paid the church a little, like this first $79 check, then quit paying. That's when the judge issued a warrant for their arrest.
Took advantage of a lot of good people.
A lot of good people, yeah, that had big hearts and would do anything to help somebody.
And now it's not just a state warrant, but a federal one for Victor with this latest federal indictment.
The record was following them, though, and eventually they got caught.
The U.S. Attorney's Office put out this press release that says Victor took out several COVID-related loans, totaling approximately $217,000. The indictment says Victor submitted at least 5 applications on behalf of Heartland Heroes, seeking various CARES Act funds. These types of loans were often entirely forgiven, as long as companies could show they were used in the right way. The indictment says for one loan, Victor submitted fraudulent forms that claimed he had 11 employees. For another loan, he said he had 14 employees, and on another, that he had 21 employees at a monthly payroll of $59,000. I'm not sure if Victor and Penny had employees or not. Throughout my investigation, the only other person we saw was this guy, the Colberts' relative. When we were getting drone video, he threw broccoli at our drone. And he tried to get us to stop using our drone when he stepped on it after it landed.
But I promise you, my wife and I are good people.
From the beginning, Victor told me he and Penny did nothing wrong.
It's getting trying for me to try to defend myself all the time when I haven't done nothing wrong. All I'm trying to do is feed people.
You cannot work with people that are going to be dishonest and deceitful.
It's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. And the truth will come out. And it'll be public record, okay? It will. I promise you.
Rusty just wants to forgive the Colberts, but also protect other people.
Grace abounds. We just don't want to see it happen to anybody else.
Covering news that matters. Jana Clark, Fox 23 News.
The government forgave most of these COVID-related loans. Most companies did not have to pay them back.
Victor-Colbert is supposed to go to court in November. If he's convicted, he could face a maximum of 60 years in prison and have to pay $2 million.
Do you have a tip or issue that you think Jana Clark should investigate? Let us know. Email FOX23 Investigates at fox23.com or call 918-388-5354 or search Fox 23 Jana Clark on Facebook.